Hello and welcome to another episode of the Kwellness Diaries, the interview. I'm joined here today with someone incredibly special. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for joining in, and a big thank you to our guest for today. It's Dr. Kwang Mee Lee from Dr. Ananti. Hello, welcome. Hi.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I know you're incredibly busy and you are a workaholic, so getting you on this interview was awesome, super duper awesome. Let's get straight into the interview. Please introduce yourself to our viewers. Tell us who you are, what do you do, and what's your background in the wellness field here in South Korea.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kwang Mee Lee in Dr. Ananti Clinic. Dr. Ananti Clinic is located in the east of the Busan, in Gijang, and I think the Gijang is the latest increasing area for wellness industry or wellness tourism. So my clinic is located in Hilton Hotel in Gijang. Yeah, so actually it's kind of bit like a resort wellness tourism and a little bit of private clinic. So I've been worked for about 4 years since the Hilton Hotel has been opened. Yes, I'm the first member in Hilton Hotel. So, the goal of our clinic is for wellness tourist guests and patients who want to live a healthier life and longer and beautiful life, and pursuing for their happiness. So actually, I'm the doctor, so who studied such as treating diseases, giving some drugs for patients who has some problems with their disease. But I'm more focusing on the prevention of disease. So we are going to try to focus more on their lifestyles and their hidden signals, not having some diseases, just like giving some kind of symptoms. They feel like just not feeling normal or not feeling well or not feeling super exciting. Sometimes they are feeling or a little bit of tired or having difficulty in sleep or some kind of increasing their weight, stress, many kinds of things. So that's how I'm treating my patients.
So you're the CEO of Dr. Ananti. You're the main doctor. You have a wonderful staff that are there to back you up and to take care of so many different things, because you do a lot of incredible treatments at Dr. Ananti Clinic. Now, you were also just last year chosen as a wellness tourism destination for the Korean government. Now, the government in Korea has designated wellness tourism destinations which have a number of 조건, a number of conditions. So you were chosen last year. So congratulations. Yay! But can you tell us a little bit more about what kind of programs Dr. Ananti has?
I think my clinic is pursuing for medical wellness concept is our concept. So I need to integrate both sides, and I'm trying to create many kinds of things from integrating two things. So I decide the concepts, anti-toxin and vitality programs. Toxin is kind of decreasing toxins in our body and increasing vitality for protecting our cells. So for anti-toxin and vitality programs, we have 6 immunity programs and 3 energy cores. Brain and blood vessel immunity, and gut and metabolism immunity, skin function immunity, and stress immunity, and stress immunity for body, stress immunity for brain. And the last one is the immune cell treatment. So, and we have 3 energy cores. So first is chemical energy, and physical energy, and spiritual energy. So for our lives, we have many different kinds of energy from different sources. If we get some energy from food or any other chemicals, it could be converted into chemical energy such as ATP. It's made from mitochondria. And the physical energy, we also have some quantum energy or many kind of electrical energy. It's like physical energy. So we need to think about these things. And the second thing is a spiritual energy, or from our made by soul. So I need to integrate all of these things. For this concept, I made many different programs. First, when we think about the chemical energy, I made some kind of solutions. We made it some V cells. That means vital energy of cells. This solution, I got the patent. 3 I have. So now I have 3 patents for skin and hair and cellulites. I'm focusing on the mitochondria energy. It is made by many different kinds of antioxidants and vitamins and minerals. Increase our energy of cells and then decrease some oxygen free radicals. Yeah, so these solutions are very effective for hair cells and skin cells and fat cells. Yeah, and also I have so many different kinds of solutions for increasing immunity by intravenous injections. So those are very effective for increasing their for improving their fatigue or their menopausal symptoms or kind of decreasing their chronic inflammations or protecting from cancer cells as well. Yeah, so I got patent from this kind of solution. So that's our first different items in our clinic. And the second part, we are using the physical energy, especially quantum energy. So especially we are using the light therapy. So photon therapy. Yeah, you know that? Yeah, photon therapy from the ultraviolet rays. We are using the quantum energy from the light. Yeah, so it can detoxify our blood and giving some energy to our blood cells. And also we are using oxygen energy by hyperbaric oxygen therapy. 2 or 3 times more, 2 or 3 times higher oxygen, then we can breathe in this kind of oxygen. Oxygen can regenerate our cells and giving some vitality to our cells. So it can heal our many tissues, wounded tissues, such as skin wound or kind of many kind of brain injury or many other things. So so we are using this kind of equipment for skin problem such as atopic dermatitis or acne patients and cancer patients and chronic pain or some patients who are having some sleep difficulty. And actually, I have studied the resident program from psychiatry to family medicine. So I'm trying to connect mind and body. Actually, when we feel like some depression or anxiety, actually it comes from the stress from our body. When we have some fatigue symptoms, we have some loss of energy. The loss of energy makes us depressive mood. Also, when we have depressive mood, we couldn't sleep well. When we also lose our energy, so we could work well. So it affects very interconnected. So that's I always think about mind and body solution to our patients. Usually, many people are coming to our clinic for their body symptoms. But after they treat for body symptoms, such as kind of some chemical energy solutions or physical energy solutions, they feel like they need more. Yeah, so then we are trying to talk about their mind or their stress. Then we could figure out what their problem is. Then their symptom is much improved. So I'm just trying to give them psychiatric consult if I am possible. You know, in Korea, it's very hard to give enough time to our patients for about 30 to 1 hour for talking about their mind. Actually, we don't have too much time. Yeah, we need to get many patients as much as well because of the system. So it's hard to give them time. Is much worthy than other country thought.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah. It's. I mean, we see it a lot in other countries as well. You go into the doctor says blah 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 blah, writes you a prescription, and then out. But I think especially for wellness tourism, medical tourism, there's the wonderful thing about what you do at Dr. Ananti is that you care so much about the whole person. It's not about, okay, come in, have your vitality shot, get out. It's about really nurturing the whole mind, body, spirit, soul of that person. And it's not easy in anywhere, but in Korea, it's definitely not an easy thing to do. So I think what you do makes you very unique in that sense. And it's a very special thing. And I think it's really demonstrates a high quality of bedside manner and just expertise and patient care, because you care about the whole experience of that patient. And it's so important.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So actually, our relationship started with that meditation, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to give our patients who are having some stress. So I'm trying to learn and teach meditation to our staffs and to give more pure energy, not only just consulting, but also that kind of technique we need. So Laura taught us about that. So thank you, very, very thank you for that. Yeah, so I think for wellness tourism or for wellness industry, you already know that meditation is really, really, really important, right? It could control our minds, but also control our soul, I think. Yeah, so I'm trying to focus on the spiritual energy more and more. And now, actually, I'm really interested in psychiatry or mindfulness energy, and as well as brain science. So I'm trying to integrate all these. So I think for happiness, we need to think about our lives in terms of our soul. We were born, what for? So we need to think about why I am here, or what I should do for my life.
When you have a purpose, when you have that purpose, when you know your purpose, then you can move with such more confidence in a direction. But if you don't know your purpose, it's very easy to become lost or kind of blown in the wind almost. You're directionless. So yeah.
Yeah, actually, there are many ways we always feel from outside. If we are not focusing on inner side, then we could just follow their ways. So we lose ourselves very well. And also, if we are pursuing, if we live for money or many other purposes for living well, such as fame or money or many other things, right? Then we couldn't reach our goal for happiness. We need to focus on our soul, then we are trying to figure out what we need to what we need to do for our lives or for our people, such as family or friends or kind of relationships around us. Then we are gonna make our mission for our lives. So, and I think I'm trying to tell my patients to make their own brands of their soul. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't follow anyone else. Be who you are. Find what you enjoy. Where is your purpose? And I think as well, because of various different factors, social media, definitely, it allows us to idolize people and we want to live as them. So instead of being inspired by someone, we want to be like someone. And I think that's a big problem. People are searching to be like other people and forget to be like themselves.
That's right. So everyone uh, were born with their own talents. They are always they are all have jewels from their inside. It could be emeralds or sapphire or rubies, but they are looking for diamonds. All of things are same. They are following same goals. It's not that righteous things. They need to find their jewel and try to find their talent and keeping their way with their own brands, then they could feel more happiness. I'm trying to find their talents and their inner good sides or many kinds of things. Then after talking about that, they find their way and they feel like more happiness from that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, and you are a superwoman, and that's why you're always so busy. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I have a big dream. I'm trying to see all whole things of the people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think kind of it's been a little bit a difficult way. It's I think it's very worthy when they feel um, their way to live.
Well, that's your way, isn't it? You're following your path, and your path is to help other people find their path and to help them live a long and healthy life. And I think that's something that Korea really does well, is longevity. You know, this is not a good thing. Of course, the what's the word? I can't remember the word. It's an aging population and the birth rate is now lower than the death rate. But at the same time, you are really trying to make people live until very, very old ages and live well. So I know that we've had this conversation before, but you hate the term anti-aging. It's about well aging.
That's right.
Because why do we want to not age? Aging is a privilege. Being able to live a long and healthy life is a privilege. So it's all about setting people up to be able to find that for themselves, and you help them on that journey. And I think it's very admirable what you do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me move on to my next question, Dr. Lee. So you've been working in, I mean, you're Korean. You've been living in Korea for a long time. And you've been working in this industry for a very long time. So what do you notice about the wellness industry in Korea? And is there any trends that you see recently?
Actually, I think our wellness industry in Korea starts from mountain.
Mm.
Do you understand what I mean? Actually, we have lots of mountains, but for example, in Europe, they are trying to focusing on the water for wellness.
Yeah.
For treatment or spa.
Yeah.
It's quite popular, right?
Yeah. Thalassotherapy and that kind of stuff.
That's right. But in Korea, I think there are lots of things in for wellness. It's quite related to mountains, such as trekking and meditation around the forest, and then giving some having some fresh air in a mountain, or some kind of tea therapy in the mountain. So I think that there are lots of good programs for giving some good energy or healing treatments from the mountain. Is a very particular trends in Korea, I think. That's one of my opinions. But in Busan, we have lots of water treatment as well. Yeah, because we live in around the very beautiful sea and ocean, so we could make many kinds of good things from this kind of resource and environment, and such as very good healing spa, and or some I know that you have some your tour meditation, right? Yeah, and some other things. Yeah, so yeah, that's the thing that I noticed about the wellness industry in Korea.
Yeah, and I
Do you
think what's that?
Do you agree on that?
I do. I would say you're absolutely right. The beautiful thing about Busan in particular is that we have the mountains and the ocean, and you can go from the ocean to the mountains in 20 minutes. So you can have ocean therapy, you can have forest therapy, and then you can go and eat some delicious hot soup. So when you need to look after your body, you can go and eat some very healthy, fresh, hot soup, which is quite a traditional thing here. And there's so many resources, so many natural resources that we can utilize. Yes. And I think COVID-19 has pushed us into an era of untapped locations. So untapped tourism destinations, of course, untapped being a compound word of undoing contact. So untapped areas have been chosen by the government. So there's 100, I believe, across the country. So these days, people are going to these places because they're outdoors, and most of the time they're either near to or in a mountain. So yeah, there's a big emphasis these days on getting into nature, and I think a lot of people need that. So speaking of COVID-19, how did COVID-19 affect Dr. Ananti and your business, and I guess, in general as well? What's your thoughts on that?
First, we had many foreign patients for COVID-19, but now we don't have any foreign patients to zero. That's right, totally understood. So now we are focusing on our patients living in Korea. It's the first different things to change. And second, I could feel that our patients changed their lifestyles. For example, they couldn't exercise well in like fitness club or gym or health centers, because we couldn't gather together, gather here, right? So it's forbidden by government law, and also now I think it's going to release, and now we could go there, but many people are afraid of going there. So then they couldn't work out than before COVID-19. So because of that, they feel more fatigue, and they got weight, and they didn't move. So I think the first change is this kind of thing. The second thing is they could go out for meeting. Yeah, so they have more time to live by themselves alone at home, and they couldn't spend more time with their relationship. Because of that, they feel a little bit of depressed, especially for elderly person, and also but sometimes it could be good things, because they couldn't drink less than before. Yeah, and they couldn't eat late dinner, for sometimes they could control their eating styles, their food as well. So when they are at home, they could get more weight, or they could also have chance to control their weight. So I think it's good time for managing their weight for diet. So our diet patients are more increasing now.
Yeah.
Because more time. So I think they are having more time to control their lifestyle, because they have more time to be alone. When they have many time to be with their friends or be with their business partners, they don't have a chance to control their lifestyle. So I think we could use our time in a good way as well.
Yeah, it's so true, because COVID stopped us from going to the gym, but it also stopped us from going to the bar until midnight, 1 o'clock. So there's some balance there, I guess, some balance. So you've already talked about your anti-toxin program, and you've told us the benefits of that. So I'm not going to go into that any further unless there's anything you'd like to add, because I was going to ask you a bit about your anti-toxin program, but you've already explained so much. If there's anything else you want to add.
And we are very good at diet program. Our patients are actually not healthy, not quite young and healthy, and they have some kind of chronic fatigue, or they could be some mother who has their babies. So they could have some kind of menopausal symptoms. So they are functionally they have functionally low status. They are not suitable for diet program. Their their level of function is not quite well for diet program. So we are checking their body cell function by some kind of functional test, giving them the personalized, well suitable nutrition treatments by intravenous injections or personalized treatments. Then they can get some energy and their metabolism going higher for proper diet. So for average, they lose 10 or 20 kilograms for 3 to 6 months. But after losing their weight, they feel more energy. Their face looks very brighter.
Bling, bling.
Yeah, bling, bling. So, and very healthier. And then they feel they could live much happier life. That's why I think our diet program is good.
Yeah, because you don't allow, and this is so important, there's so many diet programs out there that don't take into consideration the person's health. They just think about the weight that has to go.
That's right.
I love that you bring the person to a level of optimal health, and then you start to work on the weight management, because it's so important. It's so important. Your body's not functioning properly, then you can't, change big things about it. That's not healthy.
That's right. So I'm gonna give them some cognitive treatment as well for their eating habits.
Lifestyle transformation.
Yes. So that's why they couldn't go through any yo-yo effects. So our goal is to keeping weight normally without yo-yo effect.
Yeah.
Not only losing weight.
Yeah.
So for that way, they need to be they need to be healthier, and they need to control their lifestyle, and not only just being more fit. But I think the results, a beautiful body, is kind of result, not the purpose as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a side effect, right?
Yeah, we need to keep away from their side effects for decreasing immunity or losing their hair or some kind of losing their elasticity from losing fats and many things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's already, wow, we've already spoken for a long time. I'm gonna ask you 2 more questions. I know before we started recording, you were like, oh, maybe I can't speak for very long. Well, you did. You did.
You could add.
It's my job to speak. Where do you think Korea needs to focus in terms of wellness? Because K-wellness, this K-dash culture is all across the world, K-pop, K-food, K-beauty, K-drama, K-music, whatever it is. So what about K-wellness? Where do we need to focus moving forward?
I'm trying to call it the healing beauty. Actually, many other countries are interested in K-beauty, but also in Korea, also our society is kind of a bit competitive, very stressful. So we need to control our stress as well. So I think the mind healing and seeing our beauty as the inner and outer beauty as well is a bit important. So many people who are interested in our K-wellness, they always think about the beauty first. But we need to think about not just only outer look.
Mm.
We need to think about the inner beauty as well. So that's why I think we need to combine some healing mind and beauty. Could be the future of Wellness Korea. On my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's important. And, you know, it's all about the inside, from the inside out. That's really important. And if we look at things like the jimjirbang and temple stays and tea meditation, it's all about, you know, having the inside balanced, and then the outside can follow after that, I think. Yeah, that's incredibly important. And what about you? What are your future plans in Dr. Ananti for taking over the world? What is your plan?
My plan. I'm trying to integrate many kinds of wellness treatments centered by medical clinic. I mean, we are focusing on the stress body and stress brain or many other things. So I'm trying to interconnect with some fitness to make medical fitness or spa for medical spa, meditation for medical meditation. So I'm going to kind of I want to make some kind of healing center for that, centered by one concept for seeing our patients as a whole things. Be ready to me, and we're going to make many people could experience our healing contents, not only just the private or some kind of expensive price. They only just could experience their time for healing, which I'm trying to make this kind of zone in our clinic. That's what I propose.
I love that. I think that's a great idea. You can hire me. I'll come and teach meditation and yoga.
Maybe you're gonna make your own center, right?
Yeah, I would love to. That's just one of my goals for the future, is a wellness center where, you know, there's no medical stuff, because unless we have a doctor, then I obviously can't do that. I'm not a trained doctor, but yeah, somewhere that people can go to feel good and to learn how to make those changes in their lives that are going to help them continue to feel good. Because when you jump out of bed in the morning and you feel excited to go to work, you feel excited to take on the day, when you face stress, but you are resilient enough to be able to, you know, deal with it and then manage that stress, you know, not to let it stay in your body. That's just a great place to be. So it's about, you know, putting tools in the toolbox, allowing people to be more familiar with things like meditation, because a lot of people think it's about being a monk and meditating for 8 hours a day. And, you know, some of it is, you know, monks are, of course, in there with their meditation, but, you know, we don't have time to do that. So it's about integrating. I like that word, integration of optimal lifestyle habits with whatever life you lead, whatever your lifestyle is, and making those changes. And yeah, but you know, we've got plenty of time to work together, and I'm excited about that.
I can feel that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We've done it before. We're going to do it again. I absolutely know. Where can we find you? Because we want to find out. My light's just gone off. Oh, there we go. Hello. Where can we find you? What's your website?
My website Actually, our website is inside Ananti website.
Okay.
So if you download Ananti web, you can find the Dr. Ananti homepage as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can search and find information about our clinic. And also we also have the Dr. Ananti Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So you could see some other information on that as well.
Absolutely. And for anyone who doesn't speak Korean, because of course you're in Busan in South Korea, you also have staff that are able to speak in English, right?
Sure. We have some kind of English homepage and English and Chinese homepage in our website. So you could search that.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Dr. Lee, it's always a pleasure to see you. I'm so happy that you could give me some of your very precious time today. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. So take care. Namaste. And thank you so much. We'll see you soon. 고맙습니다. 들어가세요. Bye-bye.